Coach, if you could just open up with a statement on how you thought tonight went, obviously get the win. Is it the game go how you expected or just surprised by anything, and just impressions on your team?
Well, I'm very impressed with our team as a whole. These two guards out here played fantastic. I thought we needed to get off to a good start. Anytime in the state tournament, you want to get off to a good start and try to get a lead on somebody. I thought we did a great job of doing that. We pressured them into get ball game into a full court game a little bit, turned them over some, and our half court defense I thought was great for most of the night. Kids played hard. We'd beaten this team early in the season, but we still got to come out and play the game, and felt like we had some advantages. I thought Jerry Thomas had some advantages inside. Our big kids did a great job of going to the glass for us tonight. Just a great team effort.
Josh Moore, Herald leader, you all pounded the glass and had a big scoring edge off turnovers. Was it similar the first go around with Apollo, or did it play out differently tonight?
It's kind of similar to the first time we played them. We turned them over first time we played them quite a bit and converted on the other end. We had that advantage inside. We thought defensively and offensively inside with Jerry Thomas and McCarr Dixon. I also thought we, went to the boards extremely hard the first matchup. Tonight we did the same thing.
Did it make it more difficult to prepare for Apollo, given how familiar you are with their personnel and staff?
Well, it can go both ways. Sometimes you play a team you haven't seen it all. All you do is see them on film. You don't really know the game speed. You don't know a whole lot. You don't know all their weaknesses. Tonight, we felt like we knew some of their weaknesses. We had plenty of course game film, but we had actually experienced playing them a month ago, so that was kind of good for us in a way. And so yeah, it's probably better that it was a good thing that we did play somebody we were familiar with.
Josh Moore did have a question talking about Jerry. Am I saying her name correctly?
Jerry.
Jerry played last year, but has taken on a bigger role for this team as a sophomore. Has it been a smooth transition?
Well, it has. We knew last year coming all along that she was getting better and better, and was doing a better job of getting to the glass and finishing around the basket. That's something she hadn't been doing. So this year I thought she finished well around the basket. Her hands have gotten better, footwork's gotten a little better, and when all those things you improve in those things, your game's gonna be better.
Sadie, you had 19 assists on 22 made shots. Talk about the way this team shares the basketball.
This team shares the ball amazing. It's amazing when you can just pass the ball and your teammates is going to make it. And we don't care who scores. We just want it all to win and play as a team.
Tyler Dixon had a follow-up for you, Sadie. How hungry were you coming into this week, given how close you were to starting last year's tournament?
Oh, I was most definitely hungry. This is my last year, and I didn't want to go out like last year, and we didn't even get to play. So this makes it even sweeter that we get to advance.
Kaytlan, what was it like for you getting to come out on the floor here at Rupp Arena? It's obviously probably a dream come true. Just then when it becomes reality, talk about the experience.
Well, I got to play here my freshman year. And so, but since we didn't get to play last year, coming out here, it was like heaven all over again. I'm just glad that we all played as a team and had a good team win and get to play tomorrow.
And Coach, you never trailed in this one. It was tied 2-2. But then you go on that 7-0 run and get out to a 9-2 lead. How important was it getting off to that hot start? And that's from Kevin Patton.
Well, it's always important to get up to a hot start, but anytime you're playing in a regional championship or district championship or first game of the state tournament or second game for that matter, but anytime, especially the first game of the state tournament, there can be nerves, there can be jitters. You could airball a few, but, we didn't do that. Our kids have worked hard, extremely hard to get back to where we are tonight after what happened last year. We work hard in the gym every day. We work hard on shooting. We work hard on conditioning. We make sure that we're in shape, and it paid off.
Greg Busby, Coach, how did you feel about the play of your forwards, Thomas and Dixon?
Well, I mentioned that earlier. I played great. I mean, defensively, McCarr Dixon did a great job on Dunn. We challenged her at the beginning of the ball game. Let's get after her. Let's pressure her. Let's don't have what she wants. McCarr did a great job on her. Jerry did a great job on Zoe Floyd. Her length bothered her, I think. Then offensively, they look for each other a lot. They're not selfish. They know what we want, on offense. Jerry was able to back down her man quite a bit tonight and got some very low on the low post where she can just turn and shoot the ball.
And then you'll be back here tomorrow night, Friday night. Dixie Heights, Russell, those two schools, anything jump out to you about them? And then what will you all do to kind of prepare for tomorrow?
Well, right now, we'll get back, rest, eat, and get prepared for tomorrow night. We have plenty of times. We don't play the 8 o'clock game tomorrow night. So got a lot of film. We'll watch this game tonight. Look at all the film we've got on both of them. Both are very good basketball teams, by the way. But we've looked at all the teams in this tournament. We feel like we can play with most anybody. You just got to come out and be fresh, play sharp, play smart, and be determined.
Okay, we'll let you all get going on that, and thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Next up will be our participants from Apollo. Their head coach, Natalie Payne. She's expected to bring number 11, Zoe Floyd, and number 22, Kassidy Daugherty. If anyone would like to have any questions relayed to our participants from Apollo, just like as always, go ahead and feed them into the chat and we'll get to as many as we can. Coach Payne, it seemed like things are early. It was 2-2, and then they go on a little 7-0 run, and then you're playing catch up. You're still right around there the whole game, but just never seemed like you could get over the hump. Talk about that.
Yeah, Henderson County, they're just a very talented team and a very patient team with their offense. So if they do get a cushion and make a run, they're going to take their time. They're going to take a lot of time off the clock, as they should. And they use that to their advantage. And we just found ourselves in a deficit that was hard to overcome, especially there right at the end of the half. I think we missed some easy baskets and we weren't able to capitalize on their mistakes. And you've got to capitalize on every mistake that they make because they make so few.
And the way they share the basketball, I think they had 19 assists on their 22 makes. Just trying to defend a team that moves the ball so well. Does that pose any challenges?
It does. They're very difficult to guard because they have, a really strong inside game and they have great guard play as well. And again, they're very patient and they capitalize on any mistake that you make defensively, and very heady guards, and they don't get too rattled. So it's tough. They are a tough team to defend.
Kassidy, even though this is not the way you'd like the season to end, it still ends as one of the last 16 teams playing at Rupp Arena. Have you all talked about that? No, we're just in the aftermath of the loss, but when you look back on this, talk about the experience of getting here and getting to play at Rupp.
I mean, it was a year for the books. It wasn't anything that we planned for. We kept getting pushed back. We kept getting shut down, and it was really hard to get going. But we kind of found our identity after a Graves County game before the district started, and we just took off, and we didn't want to settle with winning the region. This is definitely not how we wanted it to end. But, I mean, we were resilient through the whole year, and through injuries, through shutdowns, through sickness, we stayed together and played with who we had.
For Zoe, was the first few minutes of this game was the emphasis to make sure you're staying in it, because you probably knew Henderson has a tense. They usually get out to big leads early. So did you all talk about trying to control the game early?
We knew we had to jump at them because obviously trying to work your way back from a deficit in the first quarter already starting out is not good. So we just try to keep it even. And as long as we went basket for basket and tried to stay down on defense and guard how we guard, then we were going to be okay.
Coach, if you could, change something that maybe went on in the game, what would be the one thing you wish your team could have done a little bit better tonight?
Well, I wish we could have finished a little bit more around the basket, but that's the game. I mean, that's just the game. And you can say if then and if that, but that hurt us. But I wish we could have capitalized a little bit more on some of their mistakes again, because they make so few. But I love my kids. I wouldn't trade them for anything. These seniors, they've meant so much to this program over the past 4 years. And like Kassidy said, we finally found our identity, and it took us a while. But to me, that identity was we learned how to sacrifice for each other, and we took a look at the bigger picture. Wins and losses come and go, but like I told him in the locker room, these memories that we've had and this run that we've been on is something that will stay with you forever.
Okay. Does anybody else have any questions in the chat? Go ahead and pop it in now for us. We do have one more. Tyler Dixon wants to know, Coach, what do you want your younger players to get out of this experience?
We talked about it all week and leading up to soak it all in, because this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And this is where we want to be every year, year in and year out. We want to build that type of program that expects to get there. And so we're trying to build off of this and capitalize off of this. And hopefully these young kids learned a lot from our seniors' leadership.
Okay, congratulations on a great season. Thank you.
Thank you.